Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today we are stepping into a silent world of strategy and self-control. We are going to look at the mind of a spy. But let us be clear from the very start. This is not about playing games. This is not about lying to people, following them, or invading their privacy. It is about building a sharp mind. It is about learning to see what others miss. It is about speaking with care and keeping your feelings under lock and key. It is about moving through this loud world with quiet power. Look around you. Most people are walking through life with their eyes wide open, but their minds fast asleep. They talk without thinking. They react to every little spark. They trust people they just met. They scream their big plans to the world before they even start. They wear their hearts on their sleeves. They let everyone see their weaknesses, their anger, and their doubts. Then they wonder why they get hurt. They wonder why people take advantage of them, distract them, or block their path. But a strong person does not live on autopilot. A strong person moves like a shadow. They walk into a room and do not feel the need to be the loudest voice. They stand back. They watch. They listen. They look at the small things. They study the board before they make a move. They do not let their anger or excitement show. They stay calm when things get chaotic. This is what it means to have the mind of a spy. You do not need to work for a secret agency to use this power. You can use it in your everyday life to protect your peace. You can use it to stop letting your feelings run your day. You can use it to keep your big dreams safe from people who want to see you fail. In a world full of noise, being careless is dangerous. If you talk too much, you hand people the weapons to hurt you. If you react too fast, you give them control over your mind. If you trust too easily, you invite disappointment. If you share your moves too early, you give others a chance to stop you. That is why we are here today. We want to build your inner strength. We want to help you stay locked on your personal mission. Because your life is your ultimate mission. Your peace of mind is your mission. Your future is your mission. If your goals actually matter to you, you cannot afford to live randomly. You must move with clear purpose. You must guard your mind from the noise. You must protect your hunger from those who do not want to see you grow. So settle in and listen closely. The ideas we are sharing today will help you become calmer, sharper, and much more powerful in your daily life. Lesson 1. The art of silent observation. The very first rule of building a sharp mind is simple. You must learn to observe more and speak less. Today, most people do the exact opposite. They live in a constant rush to be heard. They walk into a room and immediately start making noise. They feel an urgent need to prove they are important. When they meet a stranger, they dump their entire life story in minutes. They share their personal secrets. They talk about their deep struggles. They show their cards before the game even begins. This is a massive mistake. When your mouth is constantly moving, your eyes and ears are completely closed. You cannot see the world when you are busy making noise. You cannot read people when you are focused on your own voice. Silence is not a sign of weakness. Silence is a quiet superpower. It gives you the space to see what others are trying to hide. Think about the last time you sat in a quiet room. When you stop talking, your senses wake up. You begin to notice the small things. You hear the real tone of voice behind the words. You see the quick shifts in body language. You notice the fake smiles that do not reach the eyes. This is where real safety begins. A sharp mind understands that people tell you exactly who they are. They do not do it through their words. They do it through their daily patterns. Words are cheap and easy to fake. Anyone can say they support you. Anyone can promise to stand by your side. But patterns do not lie. You must become a student of human patterns. Watch how people behave when they think no one is looking. Let us look closely at these patterns because they are everywhere. Take the person who always brings you gossip. They sit with you and whisper secrets about someone else. They tell you dirty details about a mutual friend. They laugh at their mistakes. If they gossip to you, they will absolutely gossip about you. It is only a matter of time. Or think about the person who only calls you when they need something. They disappear when your life is good. But the moment they have a problem, they are on your phone. This is a pattern of utility. They do not value you. They only value what you can do for them. Another common pattern is the passive-aggressive joke. Someone makes a sharp, insulting comment. Then they quickly follow it with a laugh and say they are only playing. They are not playing. They are testing your boundaries. They are showing you their real jealousy under the cover of humor. When you observe these patterns, you protect yourself from future pain. There is a major difference between fear and awareness. Fear is a heavy weight. Fear tells you that everyone is out to get you. It makes you hide from the world. It makes you paranoid and cold. Awareness is completely different. Awareness is clear and intelligent. It does not say everyone is dangerous. It simply demands proof before you give away your trust. It means you keep your eyes open. You let people show you their true character over time. You do not rush to make someone your best friend. You do not hand over your keys on day one. This is maturity. A spy does not walk into a room expecting everyone to be an enemy, but they also do not assume everyone is a friend. They remain neutral. They watch. They gather data. They wait for the truth to show itself. If you want to practice this today, start with a simple test. The next time you walk into a meeting or a social gathering, force yourself to be silent. Do not speak for the first 10 minutes. Just sit back and watch the room. Notice who is desperate for attention. Notice who is talking loudly just to fill the quiet space. Notice who is trying too hard to impress everyone. Then look at the other side. Notice who is sitting quietly. Look at the person who is calm and confident. They do not feel the need to chase approval. They do not bleed energy. By staying silent, you immediately gain the upper hand. You see the dynamics of the room before you even open your mouth. You save your energy. You protect your peace. You become the observer instead of the target. Many people are hurting today because they trusted too fast. They ignored the tiny warning signs. They saw the red flags but chose to look away. They wanted to believe the sweet words. But life always gives you signs before it gives you hard lessons. If you are too busy talking, you will miss those signs. Train your mind to be quiet. Let your silence be your shield. Speak only when your words have real value. Speak when your words can build or protect. Otherwise, let others do the talking. Let them show you their hand. Learn to love the quiet space. It is where your strength grows. It is where you find the clarity to make smart choices. From this moment on, make a promise to yourself. You will talk less. You will watch more. You will study patterns. You will protect your mind. Lesson 2. The fortress of the mind. To think like a spy, you must master your inner world. The second rule of this journey is to control your emotions like a professional. If you do not control your mind, someone else will control it for you. Every single day, the world tests your limits. People will try to find your triggers. They look for the exact words that make you angry. They search for the things that make you feel small. When they find your weak spot, they gain power over you. It is as if they hold a remote control to your brain. They press a button, and you lose your temper. They press another button, and you start explaining yourself. You must destroy that remote control. You must build a mind so solid that no cheap salt can shake it. Real power is not about being loud. Real power is staying completely calm when everyone expects you to break. We must understand that having feelings is not a weakness. You are a human being, not a cold machine. You will feel angry when someone treats you unfairly. You will feel hurt when a close friend lets you down. You will feel terrified when your plans fall apart. These feelings are completely natural, but there is a massive difference between feeling an emotion and acting on it. A weak person feels angry and immediately screams. They let their temporary feelings dictate their permanent actions. A strong person feels the exact same anger, but chooses to stand still. They feel the heat rise in their chest, but they do not let it reach their mouth. They acknowledge the pain, but they refuse to let it ruin their day. Your feelings are just temporary visitors. Do not let them run your house. This brings us to the power of the pause. Between the moment someone insults you and the moment you react, there is a tiny gap. That gap is where your future is decided. Imagine you receive a rude email or a nasty text message. Your heart starts beating faster. Your fingers itch to type a vicious reply. In that exact moment, you must force yourself to pause. Put your phone down, take a deep breath, let 3 seconds pass. In those 3 seconds, the chemical storm in your brain begins to settle. Your logical mind starts to wake up. You realize that a nasty reply will only drag you into a useless fight. You see that your silence will frustrate them much more than any words. The pause is your shield. It stops you from making permanent mistakes in a temporary storm. We must also talk about the hidden danger of positive emotions. Many people think emotional control is only about managing anger or sadness, but extreme excitement can be just as dangerous. When you are too happy, you make promises you cannot keep. You agree to favors that will drain your time. When you are too excited, you trust people who have not proven their loyalty. You share your deep secrets because you feel good in the moment. You must learn to maintain a steady baseline of calm. It is wonderful to feel joy and celebrate your wins. But never let your excitement blind your judgment. Keep your feet on the ground even when your head is in the clouds. A sharp mind stays balanced in both the dark times and the bright times. Stop giving your premium energy to discount situations. Think about how much time you waste on things that do not matter. You argue with strangers online. You try to explain your life choices to people who do not care about you. You let a rude stranger on the street ruin your peace of mind for hours. This is a massive waste of your life. Your energy is your currency. Do not spend it on cheap drama. When someone tries to pull you to a fight, ask yourself a simple question. Will this matter in 5 years? If the answer is no, then walk away. Your silence is not a surrender. It is a statement that your peace is too expensive for their drama. Let us look at how you can practice this in your daily life. When someone says something rude to you, do not reply immediately. Look them in the eyes and remain completely silent. Let the silence fill the room. This simple act completely disarms the other person. They expect you to get angry. They expect you to defend yourself. When you do nothing, they lose their power. They become uncomfortable. They begin to realize that they cannot reach you. You can also practice this when you feel overwhelmed by stress. When everything goes wrong at once, do not try to fix everything in 1 second. Focus on the very next step. Take 1 deep breath, drink a glass of water, and do the single most important task. This is how you build emotional discipline. Every time you choose calmness over reaction, you grow stronger. Every time you refuse to argue with a fool, your mind becomes harder to break. You are building a fortress within yourself. People will start to notice this change. They will see that you do not panic when things get tough. They will see that you cannot be easily manipulated. They will realize that you are in complete control of your own life. Remember this truth. The person who can master their own mind is far more powerful than the person who tries to control the world. Do not let other people write the script for your day. Take the wheel, stay calm, and move with silent confidence. Lesson 3. Never reveal your next move too early. Why do we feel a sudden urge to tell everyone about our big plans? It is a trap of the brain. When you get a great idea, your brain gets excited. You feel a rush of energy. You want to feel successful right away. So you run to your friends, you post it on social media, you tell your family, you talk and talk about what you will do. And in that moment, people smile. They nod. They say nice words. Your brain gets a quick hit of cheap happiness. It feels like you have already won. But you have not done any actual work yet. Talking became your reward. This is a quiet trap that ruins thousands of dreams before they even start. When you tell someone your plan, you release the pressure. That pressure is the fuel you need to do the hard work. If you let the fuel out through your mouth, you will have no energy left for your hands. You will feel satisfied just by talking. Then, when the time comes to actually start, you feel tired. The spark is gone. The excitement has faded. You traded real success for a moment of cheap attention. This is why you must learn to build in the dark. A new goal is like a tiny flame. It is very fragile. If you take that tiny flame outside in a big storm, the wind will blow it out immediately. The opinions of other people are that wind. When your dream is new, it is not strong enough to survive their doubts. You tell someone you want to start a business. They tell you the economy is bad. You tell them you want to learn a new skill. They tell you that you are too old. They tell you to be realistic. They say these things because they are afraid to dream themselves. But their words enter your mind. They plant seeds of doubt. Soon you start to believe them. You look at your dream and it feels impossible. You stop trying. This is why you must protect your plans. You do not need the approval of the crowd to start. Keep your head down. Do the work when no one is watching. Let your results do the talking for you. Do not announce that you are going to the gym. Just show up after 6 months, looking completely different. Do not tell people you are writing a book. Let them see it when it is finished. Do not talk about your new business idea. Let them find out when they see your product in the market. People cannot attack a plan they do not know exists. They cannot stop a train they cannot see coming. Think about the information you share every day. Your next career move, your financial goals, your relationship struggles, your personal weaknesses. This is valuable data. In the wrong hands, this data becomes a weapon. People store your secrets. They watch your steps. When you make a mistake, they use your own words to bring you down. If you tell people you are struggling with self-doubt, they will use that doubt to control you later. If you tell them about your financial problems, they might treat you with less respect. Keep your private life private. You do not owe anyone an explanation of your life. A spy moves with total secrecy. They do not share the map of the mission. They do not tell the enemy where they will stand tomorrow. They do not need applause along the way. They only care about the final result. You must adopt this strategic mindset. Learn to enjoy the process of self-improvement. Let your discipline be your secret. When you work in silence, you work without pressure. You do not have to prove anything to anyone. You only have to prove it to yourself. This does not mean you must live like a lonely ghost. It means you must be highly selective. If you must share your plans, share them only with people who have proven their loyalty. Share them with people who are also building big things. Share them with mentors who want to see you win. But for the general crowd, keep them in the dark. Let them guess your next move. Let them wonder how you got so strong. Let them watch your success, not your struggle. Let us look at a real example. Imagine 2 different people who want to change their lives. The first person gets a sudden burst of motivation on a Sunday night. They decide they want to get into great shape. Immediately, they take a photo of their new running shoes. They post it online with a long message about their new journey. They tell all their coworkers on Monday morning. They feel proud. Everyone likes their post. Everyone tells them how great they are. But on Tuesday morning, it is raining. They are tired. The cheap excitement is gone. They have already received the praise of being a healthy person, so they do not feel the need to actually run. They stay in bed. Their dream dies in 2 days. Now look at the second person. They make the exact same decision on Sunday night, but they do not tell a single soul. They do not post a photo. They do not talk to their coworkers. On Monday morning, they wake up early and run in the dark. On Tuesday, when it rains, they still run. They do the work quietly, day after day, week after week. 3 months pass. Suddenly, people start to notice. Their body looks different. Their energy is high. Their skin is clear. People ask them, "What is your secret? How did you do this?" This person did not need to talk. Their results spoke for them. This is the power of silent action. There is actually a psychological reason for this. When you state your intentions to others, your brain experiences a trick. It confuses the announcement of the goal with the actual achievement of the goal. It feels like you have already done something great. The tension in your mind drops. You lose the hunger. The hunger is what drives you to wake up early, to study late, to save money, and to make sacrifices. By keeping your mouth shut, keep that hunger alive. You keep the pressure inside the engine. That pressure is what pushes you forward when the work gets boring and difficult. Think about the people around you. Not everyone wants to see around you rise. Some people are comfortable with you staying where you are. When you start to improve, it makes them look at their own lazy habits. It makes them feel uncomfortable. So, they will try to pull you back down. They will do it with quiet smiles and soft words. They will ask you, "Why are you working so hard? Why don't you just relax? Why are you changing?" If they do not know your plans, they cannot try to stop you. They cannot plant doubts in your mind. Your silence is your best defense against their quiet jealousy. You must also protect your healing. When you are going through a difficult time, when you are trying to fix your life after a big mistake, do not talk about it to everyone. Do not go on social media and explain your pain. Do not look for sympathy from the crowd. Sympathy is a cheap drug. It makes you feel better for a minute, but it does not fix your problems. Heal in silence. Put your life back together piece by piece in the dark. Let people wonder how you survived the storm. Let them see you standing tall, without ever knowing how close you came to falling. This is the ghost protocol of a strong mind. You move like a ghost. You work like a shadow. You let your actions make the noise. From this day forward, keep your next move to yourself. Protect your spark. Build your strength in the quiet corners of your life. When you are ready, let the world see the final structure, not the dust and the bricks. Remember this rule for your daily life. Move first, speak later. Build first, announce later. Win first, talk later. When you live this way, you become a force. You become unpredictable. People cannot prepare for your next step because they do not know where you are looking. You keep your power. You protect your energy. You build a life of real substance, not just loud words. Stop seeking cheap attention. Start building real power in the dark. Lesson 4. Read the room before you act. A spy never enters a space and just starts acting. They do not walk in blind. They read the room first. In your daily life, you must learn this exact skill. But what is a room? It is not just a physical space with 4 walls. A room is any environment where people gather. It is a family dinner on a Sunday evening. It is a tense corporate meeting on a Monday morning. It is a casual chat with a friend at a coffee shop. It is even a digital space, like a group chat or a comment section on the internet. Every single one of these spaces has its own temperature. Every room has its own hidden rules, its own mood, and its own current of energy. If you jump into a room without reading it first, you will crash. Many people ruin their own success because they do not understand timing. They have a brilliant idea. It is smart, creative, and useful. But they present it to their boss when the boss is dealing with a major crisis. The boss is stressed. The company is losing money in that moment. The timing is completely wrong. As a result, the brilliant idea gets rejected. The person feels hurt and defeated. But the idea was not the problem. The lack of awareness was the problem. Or imagine someone telling a loud, funny joke at a social gathering. They want to make people laugh. But they do not realize the group was just talking about a serious illness. The joke falls flat. The room turns cold. Suddenly, the joker becomes the villain. They did not read the temperature of the space. To read a room, you must look beyond the words people say. Words are often just a cover. People say they are happy, but their body language tells a different story. You must train your eyes to see the invisible signals. Notice the shifting of eyes when a certain topic is brought up. Look at the crossed arms and the tight shoulders in a meeting. Pay attention to the heavy silence that fills the air when a specific person walks through the door. These silent cues tell you everything you need to know. They tell you who holds the real power. They tell you who is secretly jealous. They tell you who is insecure and who is truly comfortable. When you understand these dynamics, you know exactly how to move. You know when to speak up and when to keep your mouth shut. Sometimes, the smartest move you can make is to do absolutely nothing. You do not need to participate in every conversation. You do not need to offer your opinion on every topic. If you walk into a room and feel a heavy cloud of anger, do not add fuel to the fire. Stay calm. Keep your distance. If you see people gossiping and tearing someone down, do not join them to fit in. Walk away. Protect your personal energy. If someone is trying to start an argument with you, read their intent. Are they looking for a real solution, or are they just looking for a stage to show off their ego? If they just want to fight, do not give them your words. Your silence is a wall they cannot cross. It keeps you safe from their cheap drama. Reading the room is not just about looking outward. It is also about looking inward. Before you open your mouth, you must audit your own internal state. Ask yourself a few hard questions. Why do I want to speak right now? Am I sharing this information because it is truly helpful? Or am I speaking because my ego feels small? Am I trying to look smart in front of others? Am I reacting out of anger, fear, or loneliness? Many people make major decisions based on temporary internal storms. They send a furious text message because they feel insulted. They quit a good job because they had a bad day. They share a deep secret because they felt lonely for an hour. This is a lack of self-awareness. You must read your own mind before you try to read the world. A sharp mind knows that timing is everything. The right words spoken at the wrong time are completely useless. The best plan shared with the wrong person will be destroyed. Therefore, you must learn the art of waiting. If you have a great business idea, do not rush to tell your friends over drinks. Wait until you have a solid plan. If you need to have a difficult conversation with your partner, do not start it when they just walked through the door after a long day of work. Wait for a moment of calm. When you control your timing, you control the outcome. You stop being a victim of circumstance. You become the director of your own life. How do you practice this in your daily life? Start by slowing down. When you enter any room, do not immediately try to claim the space. Do not start talking about yourself. Instead, take a step back. Take a slow breath. Look around. Watch how people are interacting. Listen to the tone of their voices. See who is leading the conversation and who is pulling back. Gather your data first. This simple shift will change how people see you. They will notice your calm presence. They will feel your strength. When you finally do speak, your words will carry 10 times more weight because they are perfectly timed and carefully chosen. You will not be wasting your breath. You will be hitting the target every single time. This level of social intelligence is rare today. Most people are too distracted by their phones or their own thoughts to notice what is happening right in front of them. They are completely blind to the feelings of others. By training yourself to read the room, you set yourself apart. You become a person of high value. People will naturally trust you more because you make them feel understood. You will avoid unnecessary conflicts. You will build stronger, more honest relationships. You will know exactly who to keep close and who to keep at a distance. This is not about manipulation. It is about wisdom. It is about moving through a complex world with grace and intelligence. Keep your eyes open, watch the patterns, and let your awareness guide every single step you take. Lesson 5. Grace in the fire. Imagine a room where everything is suddenly falling apart. The alarms are screaming. People are running in circles. They are shouting blame at each other. Money is slipping away. A reputation built over years is about to shatter in seconds. In this exact moment, you can see the difference between the amateur and the professional. The amateur joins the screaming. They let the fear take over their body. Their hands shake. Their voice cracks. But the person with the mind of a spy does something completely different. They do not run. They do not yell. They stand perfectly still. They close their eyes for 1 second. They take a slow, deep breath. They let the chaos swirl around them without letting it enter their mind. This is grace in the fire. It is the ability to remain cold when the world around you is boiling hot. You must understand that panic is a highly contagious virus. When one person panics, the next person catches it. Soon, the entire room is blind. When fear takes over, your brain undergoes a physical change. Your field of vision actually gets smaller. You can only see the threat directly in front of your face. You lose the ability to look at the big picture. You lose your connection to your logical mind. This is when people make their worst mistakes. They sign bad contracts. They say things that destroy their marriages. They quit their businesses right before the breakthrough. They throw away years of hard work just to make the painful feeling go away for 5 minutes. They try to escape the temporary storm by jumping off a cliff. A sharp mind refuses to catch this virus. When everyone else is running, you must force your body to slow down. Slow your breathing. Slow your speech. Slow your movements. By slowing down, you regain control of your brain. When a crisis hits, do not try to save the entire world at once. That is a trap. It will overwhelm you. It will make you freeze. Instead, you must focus on micro actions. A spy in a dangerous situation does not worry about the next 10 years. They worry about the next 10 seconds. They look for the next smartest move. They ask themselves, what is the single best action I can take right now? It does not have to be a massive move. It can be something incredibly small. It can be picking up the phone. It can be closing a laptop. It can be staying silent. Once you make that one smart decision, you move to the next one. Then you make another. You build a chain of small, intelligent choices. Slowly, step by step, you pull yourself out of the mud. You do not need to fix your entire life today. You only need to handle this exact moment with dignity and intelligence. We must change how we look at pressure. Most people spend their lives praying for an easy path. They want a life with no problems, no stress, and no difficult people, but that is a dangerous wish. An easy life is a trap. It makes you soft. It makes you slow. It makes you blind to the dangers of the world. When a real storm finally hits, a soft person breaks instantly. They have no muscles to fight back. Pressure is not your enemy. Pressure is the gym for your mind. Every difficult boss, every broken promise, every financial struggle, and every painful rejection is a heavy weight. When you face these things with a calm mind, you are lifting those weights. You are building mental muscle. You are becoming heavier. You are becoming a person who cannot be easily pushed around by the winds of life. Stop running from the fire. Learn to stand in it and let it burn away your weakness. Let us look at how this works in your daily life. When someone insults you in public, they are trying to create pressure. They want to see you sweat. They want to see you get defensive and angry. If you react, they win. But if you look at them with a calm, steady gaze, the pressure shifts back to them. Your silence becomes a mirror that shows their own ugliness. When you lose your job, the pressure is real. Your mind will try to tell you that your life is over. But if you take a deep breath and treat it as a new mission, the panic disappears. You start updating your resume. You start learning new skills. You move forward with quiet discipline. You do not let the situation dictate your value. You decide your own worth through your response. This is how you build a life of real power. You become the rock that the waves crash against. The waves will come, but the rock remains standing. You are no longer a leaf tossed around by the wild winds of other people's opinions. You are the stone. The storm will rage. The noise of the world will get louder. But you will remain completely still. From this moment on, you look at the world with entirely new eyes. You see the games people play. You see the traps they lay out for you. But you do not step into them. You do not react. You simply observe. You keep your next moves hidden in the dark. You build your inner strength in absolute silence. You do not need the cheap approval of the crowd. You do not need their temporary applause to feel worthy. Your quiet results will be your only statement. Remember the core rules of this silent path. Keep your circle small and high in value. Watch what people actually do, not just what they say. Watch their hands, never just their mouths. Take a slow breath when the fire around you gets hot. Let the heavy pressure of life shape you into something truly unbreakable. You are the sole master of your own mind. You are the author of your own destiny. If you felt the weight of these words today, please subscribe to stay connected for more deep and life-changing audio experiences. Keep moving forward in silence. Let your quiet discipline build your empire, and let your ultimate success make the noise.